Hi, you ready to go?
I am Danny Singer. I am the founder and Chief Product Officer at Noetica.
Hi, my name's Stephen Brooks. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at Noetica. I've been with Noetica for nearly 20 years, and since 2010 I've been a member of the Noetica board.
Before Noetica, I spent 5 years being an officer in military intelligence. Then I worked for a few years in a software company in London, which was basically the birthplace of Noetica.
Businesses often struggle to move away from the legacy technology for commercial reasons. That in some instances is the investment they've already made, either in that technology or the infrastructure that's supporting it, or the internal resources that have skilled up on the use of that technology, which can provide something of a barrier to get away from. There's also fear factor. It's quite difficult making a business choice about technology, and I think probably even more so nowadays. There appears to be a lot of great technology, and it makes it quite difficult to choose from.
The market is probably oversupplied, with a lot of people ranging from smaller vendors to big multinational vendors. The problem with these vendors, whether they are old-fashioned or the latest technology, is that they all try to forge forward. Forging forward with this kind of speed leaves gaps in the back. So what this means is that you may have the absolute latest kind of generative AI, but you may not have the basics of telephony, or you may not have the basics of call distribution, or the basics of outbound strategies. And to some degree, this is why we're partnering with a lot of big vendors, because they left those gaps, which we are very good at. And we fill those gaps. And we worked with a lot of people, such as TalkDesk and Mitel and Odigo and several others, which means that we are the bedrock on which they can then use as a springboard to go forward into the future.
If you've got a difficult challenge, a business challenge in a fast-moving environment, you want to be working with a supplier who's going to give you a personal service. And one of the things that Noetica offers, which now very, very few other organisations offer, is different deployment models. So we can install our technology on site in your data centre, we can install our technology in your preferred partner's data centre if that's the way you want, as well as offering different types of cloud deployment. And that is very important in certain sectors, certain markets, certain regional deployments, particularly if the wider regional infrastructure isn't there in place to support that.
Noetica is different. Noetica is different because we base everything on listening to customers. If you've got 2,000 customers, it's very difficult to listen to all of them. It's a cacophony of requirements. We are, in a sense, a boutique organization. We work very closely with our customers, not just selling them technology, but actually employing consultants that understand their business. We actually consider our customers our partners, and the product is developed based on what we've learned from our customers. It's not sitting in an ivory tower saying, we know best what's good for you. I think in many ways it's the other way around. Our customers know best what's good for us.